It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome.
Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Okay, ready?
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Kamara gets it again on second down.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Kwity Paye
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First down, Winston.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Taylor again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Saints are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They go play action with Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game and play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
And they'll try the option on first and goal.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Hurts. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Winston. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Slot man moves right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none two plays, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Warriors 70.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. He'll rifle this one deep right side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Third and short yardage, Winston. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It's fielded at the 45. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ready! Check mash, check mash.
Now an option play on second down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Kamara up the middle.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Let's go now.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This one taken in by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
18 rattlers.
Throwing is Hurts.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Saints 3. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this returnable for Hines. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Off the play fake, Winston. On the move to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. And that's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
They're on 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, here's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
A first down throw for Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Winston now. That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a pass hauled in downfield. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tre'Quan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play just comes from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Winston now to throw on first down. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it.
Winston's pass complete to
For the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Jameis now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On play action, Winston. This to Hines on the drop-off. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Let's go now.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would admit that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man is the tight end Troutman. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
And that's caught inside the 35. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the red zone now, Winston. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Ready, set.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Throw left side complete to Troutman. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Let's go. Hey, Broncos.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. This one taken in by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's back to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Second and 4. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Take it at the 37. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Indianapolis, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.